Yo, what's going on, guys? This is Mantis MMA. Guys, I am back with another video. Guys, happy Thanksgiving to all those that are celebrating today. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Thanksgiving, eating well, spending time with family and friends, giving thanks, being grateful for everything that you guys have. And guys, I just wanted to make this video for you guys because it is Thanksgiving, and I want to just make a list of a couple fighters that I am grateful for this beautiful Thanksgiving. Guys, first and foremost, guys, please like and subscribe. I am about 10 subscribers away from 200 subscribers, so if you guys could really help me out, I would be very thankful and very grateful for that. But without further ado, let's get into the video. The first UFC fighter that I am very grateful for is going to be my favorite fighter of all time, Corey the Sandman Sandhagen. Guys, I know it's a bit random, but that's kind of the point, right? I remember watching Corey Sandhagen on the regional scene and just being like, who is this tall, lanky white dude with tattoos just absolutely killing people, throwing spinning elbows, throwing flying knees, ripping body shots, and with crisp boxing. I could not believe what I was watching, and for that reason, Corey Sandhagen became my very favorite fighter, because he is so kind of unorthodox, but also very technical now, especially now. And he was just so exciting for the fact that he looked so unassuming, yet he would still go out there and still maul and murder people. It was absolutely incredible to watch. So I'm very thankful for Corey Sandhagen, because now Corey Sandhagen, we know that he never really might ever become champion. We know that he'll always hover around that top 5, perennial top 3, perennial top 5 fighters in the bantamweight division. But he's always going to go in there and fight the best of the best, and he's always going to try to win. And he's evolved his game now where he's one of the most complete guys in the division, and he's always going to be a tough out for whoever fights him. And for that reason, I have to respect this man's work ethic. I have to admire his mindset and his approach to fighting. And as someone that I look up to, right? I'm also kind of a tall, lanky, skinny guy myself. So as someone that I look up to in Corey Sandhagen and his fighting style, and for that reason I am very grateful for his existence and everything that he's done for the sport, and I still believe in him very much to become champion, even though it's a bit tricky now. But next on my list is going to be the Michael Jordan of the UFC. And I know, guys, this might be a little bit controversial, and I know a lot of people do not like him. Matter of fact, I feel like most fans now don't like him, or besides a few select fans. I know the whole Habib Islam crowd does not like him, obviously, but we still have to admire and appreciate what this man has done for the sport of the UFC. This man made the sport so global, so international, and so fun when he was in his prime. I mean, he was calling out people, talking trash, and then knocking people out the next night. I mean, what Conor McGregor has done, making it so fun and building the brand of the UFC, I have to be grateful for him because of that. He basically evolved the game and basically evolved the sport to what it is now, in terms of it being so international, being such a high-selling sport, and everyone wanted to watch because of what he was able to do, because we recognize that, hey, a guy might come in, talk trash, and then knock someone out the next night. Conor McGregor was one of the first pioneers to truly do that on such a large scale. I mean, he became double champion. He knocked out Eddie Alvarez. He was knocking out Jose Aldo in his prime. I mean, this is a guy that came into the sport, young kid, hungry, talking trash, telling everyone what he was going to do, and then did it. For that reason, I have to really appreciate what Conor McGregor did. Whether you like him or not, he is one of the pioneers of the sport, and he helped build the sport to what it is today. So for that reason, I'm very grateful. And the next fighter I'm very grateful for, also in the same division, is going to be, never mind, I lied, is going to be Israel Adesanya. Guys, another controversial figure, but I'm grateful for Izzy because I remember back in 2020 when he fought Paulo Costa, and I was just a kid and at the time did not really know much about striking, but I recognized that performance he put on against Costa was one of the most beautiful striking displays the UFC has ever seen. I mean, that is prime Izzy, prime Adesanya in flow state, doing something incredible, right? Defending his belt against a Marauder, a guy who at the time I think Costa was undefeated. And it was just such a beautiful performance to watch. And I fell in love with his style of fighting. I fell in love with the way he was able to set up kicks and feints and how quick he was and the counter strike. And I fell in love with it. And for that reason, I'm very grateful for Israel Adesanya. And now, obviously, he's a little bit older now. He's had some ups and downs in his career. And people don't like him for whatever controversies. But I don't care. I would always appreciate Izzy and what he has done for the sport and the performances he has given us. I mean, that Poatan knockout, probably the best knockout in the history of the sport. So for that reason, I'm very grateful for the great Israel Adesanya. And I feel like he's one of those fighters that we will miss when he is gone. I feel like he's a fighter that will look back on his career and some of his wins and be like, wow, like he was actually really dominant. He was actually really good. So for that reason, I'm very thankful for Israel Adesanya and his championship reign. And he might go down maybe one or two, depending on who you ask, as one of the one or two best middleweights in the history of the sport. So for that reason, I am very, very grateful. But this next fighter is a fighter that I think we can all realize and appreciate, and we all love. That is the great the great Charles Oliveira. Guys, whether you watch MMA or not, whether you watch the UFC or not, you know who Charles Oliveira is, right? He is one of the most polarizing and popular figures in the sport for a reason. This is one of the nicest men in the UFC, but also has the most finishes in UFC history. Why? Because he's that good really everywhere. I mean, he's also such a nice guy, which I think makes people like him, because he will go over and hug the opponent's corners and coaches and then go knock the dude out, right? I mean, Charles Oliveira had one of the most exciting title runs in the history of the sport. I mean, Charles Oliveira's run from Tony Ferguson to when he lost the belt to Islam was so exciting and so fun that it electrified the sport, right? Win after win after win, sub after knockout after sub. This is what this man does, and we all fell in love with the exciting and joyful and playful character that Charles Oliveira is and still is, right? I mean, he still can possibly maybe win the belt. It's a little bit iffy now with Ilya in the division, and we all know what happened there. But Charles Oliveira will always go down as one of the most exciting and most fun and most amazing and favorable champions in the UFC's history. I mean, Charles Oliveira is a fighter that I think not only I'm grateful for, but the UFC is grateful for, and the fan base absolutely loves him. So for that reason, Charles Oliveira is on my list as a fighter I'm very, very grateful for. Moving up the list, we do have the great Justin the Highlight Gaethje. Now, I'm grateful for Justin Gaethje for a little bit of a different reason than the other fighters. So, story time. When I first started making UFC edits, I made it like 60 edits for UFC 300, and Justin Gaethje's edit was the one edit for me that blew up. I got like 400,000 views on it, and for some reason, it wasn't even that crazy. It was just a compilation of him knocking people out and doing backflips, and the quality is bad, and the transitions are bad, and I've grown so much from that as an editor. But that edit kind of helped me realize, okay, maybe this is something I could pursue. Maybe it's something I could start taking a little seriously. And for that reason, I'm always going to be grateful for Justin Gaethje because of his electric fighting style. We know every time he steps into the octagon, there's going to be violence. There's going to be a war. We all know that Justin Gaethje brings that stardom and that firepower and that electrifying energy that we love when we watch the UFC. So for that reason, I'm always going to be very, very grateful for Justin Gaethje. And he may not be champion. He might be champion depending on how next year plays out. But Justin Gaethje is always going to be a fighter that we all want to tune in and watch. And for that reason, I am forever grateful for Justin Gaethje. But the last group of people, or before I get to that, the last fighter that I also want to be grateful for and say I'm very thankful for is none other than, kind of random, Stephen the Karate Kid Wonderboy Thompson. I know it's a bit random. Probably weren't expecting to see Stephen Thompson here in this video, but he's here for me. Stephen Thompson, to me, I think is going to be, when he retires, one of the most underrated fighters of all time. This is a guy that basically beat a prime Tyron Woodley. I mean, no one was doing that. He basically beat him. I mean, depending on who you ask, he basically won that first fight. And he is just so electrifying. His style is so wild and so much different than the history of UFC fighters that he was able to come in and use a style that he was been working on since he was a kid and almost become world champion with it. I mean, he stuck true to himself. He's obviously evolved, takedown defense and clinch work and grapple to some degree, right? But he is always going to be a karate kid, that karate practitioner, the best karate practitioner in the history of the UFC. And I think him doing that makes us all love him because he has that signature bounce that he always comes in fights with, and he's able to throw such crazy kicks from distance, those shots, those rushing shots with his punches. I mean, we all come to love Stephen Wonderboy Thompson's style. And for that reason, he's one of my favorite fighters because he's exciting, he's stuck to his roots, and he's such a nice guy. Probably the nicest UFC fighter ever, if not one of the top 5 nicest UFC fighters ever. And he almost became champion, staying true to himself and staying true to what made him one of the best karate practitioners in the UFC's history. So with that being said, guys, I want to thank one more person or a couple people or a couple hundred people. I want to thank you guys. Quick little video for you guys, but I wanted to come in here and just say thank you guys so much. I mean, I'm just a kid with a camera and a mic, living out my dreams. I tell you guys this every video. You guys are absolutely amazing. I wanted to thank you guys so much for supporting me and my goals and my dreams. And I hope whatever it is you guys are doing, you guys are also working really hard. Guys, I'm working so hard to make this a reality for you guys. I love making content and videos and edits for you guys. You guys have been so amazing this year. it's just a beautiful thing. So I wanted to come in and make this video and thank you guys so much for being supportive of me and my dreams. And guys, one last time, guys, happy Thanksgiving to you guys and all of you beautiful people. I hope you guys eat well, stay safe, and I will see you guys very soon.